Hey guys, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How you guys doing? I hope you had a great night and you woke up strong and your day is opening up very good. So this is me joining you from Abuja, Nigeria, and it's a beautiful morning here. And I hope it's also a beautiful morning there in South Africa. So nice to meet you guys once again. LWA. Thank you so much for the opportunity granted to everybody that is learning with us, has been learning with us the past few sessions. And I hope you've been gathering up some details that will be useful to you for your business, for your brand, and for what you do. Thank you so much once again for joining us for another very important session. My name is Udeme, and I'm going to be your trainer for this session on driving more sales with data and insights. Driving more sales with data and insights. So what I want you to do is to help us reach out to the rest of the team and let them know that we've started. Please do that for us. I'm so sorry we're a little bit behind schedule with about 5 minutes. Bear with us. We had some technical issues to deal with. And we are here now. So please reach out to the team, the rest of the team. Let them know that we've started, okay? So that they come join us. And if you're here, I want you to say something in the chat as usual. Let it be a two-way conversation. I want to answer your questions from across all the sessions we've had. If you have any questions, anything you didn't understand and you want to ask, please feel free. All right. If you have any question from this particular session, feel free to ask. Okay. Don't hold back. And it's a safe space. What I mean there is feel free with anything. Right. Nobody is going to find you for wrong answers or wrong comments, wrong contributions. No, just feel free and just be kind with your words actually. But feel free to keep us company in the chats. And as you can see, I'm not here alone. I'm here with Sandra. Sandra joining us from Lagos, Nigeria. And I know it's a fair weather also in Lagos, Nigeria. So I wanted to let us know how it is in the side of South Africa where you are. Those of you in Johannesburg, those of you in Lesotho, and the rest of the places. I don't really know the rest. Okay, so let me know how it is where you are, and please try to say something. That is the only way you can know. We can know that you're here. All right. And there's this very beautiful feature I just saw now on YouTube. So you can message. You can do these reactions. Those reactions you find on WhatsApp. It's very beautiful. So you may want to be using that as well to show how you're enjoying the session. Maybe congratulations or one of the stuff. Thank you so much. Jacinta, thank you so much. Please, if you are just joining, be kind enough to click the like button. That will help us as well to show that we are live and we are up and doing. Jacinta from the code Johannesburg. I thought that's smart. John, why does it always go there every time? Thank you so much, Jacinta. Please help us reach out to the team and let them know that we've started. All right. Thank you so much already. Please copy the link from the share button and invite, and then locate the thumbs up button and smash it. The thumbs up button and just smash it. For those of you that have done that already, thank you so much. Nosifo. Oh, Cape Town. Thank you so much. How is Cape Town today? Johannesburg is cold. How is Cape Town? So I know, okay, yeah, I've been knowing Cape Town, but I keep skipping it. Johannesburg, Lesotho, Cape Town. Don't mind me. All right, so please keep us company in the chats, all right, and ask questions where you need to. We are going to be running this in a few segments. Now, the first of them is we are going to be understanding what data is, what data and insights is. We're going to talk about the importance of data and insights. We're going to be looking at various data sources, and you're going to know the right questions to ask and the tools, the various tools for data and insights. Then you're going to talk about data analysis and presentation. Remember, the topic today again is drive more sales with data and insights. Drive more sales with data and insight. No, Sifo, it's cold today in Cape Town. I don't need to say sorry or enjoy it, whichever one it is. All right. So please help us reach out. Help us reach out to the rest of the team because I always love people to join live sessions so that you get to ask questions. It may be difficult to not to ask questions when you're not watching the session live. Okay, so you wanted to join here live so you can ask questions. All right, so let's go on. While waiting for the rest of the team, please be kind enough to reach out to them. So what is data? Now it may sound like the regular internet data. That too is data, right? It's also data are simply facts, information that people use to calculate, people use to analyze, not just people, businesses, or to plan something. And now the main examples of data will be the weights, prices, the costs, maybe number of items sold, number of employees, product names, addresses, tax codes, registration marks, etc. Just more like saying figures, right? In a larger sense of it, data will mean information, right? So when you hear data, just think about information, details. With internet data, the one you're paying for with MTN and the rest of them, that one is internet data. Okay, it's still a data in a way. This one is a different kind of data, right? So you may need to think about data as being information. I mentioned the data, the weights, the names, the details, phone numbers, addresses, all of that form part of what is known as data. And now what is insights? What is insights? Okay, so insight often includes having an understanding of a cause and effects kind of relationship. More like if you are doing A, then B will happen. And you're running an ad, and then you're going to see a lot of reactions. You're going to see clicks, comments, and the rest of them. You use the data to be able to take more decisions in your business. You're going to have more of this kind of results. That's what it actually just presents to you. I hope you got that. Using the data you got to actually make decisions and the results that comes out of it. So I'm going to ask you a very simple question. So have you ever used data to get insights about anything personal or anything business? Have you used data before to gather insights, to make insights? Teresa, hi, how you doing? Which part of Nigeria are you? And yeah, thank you for joining us. Thank you, Teresa. Please reach out to the rest of the team. Let them know that you're here. So have you used data to get insights about anything personal? To get insights, more like you were in church and a rhema dawned on you from the word of God. So this is more like what data and insight is. Data is the word of God, and the insight is the understanding. Right? The insight is now that part of the data that you use to make decisions, the part of data that you use to maybe overhaul what you're doing, change the strategy, the information that you gather from the data is what you use. So you use that to get more done. Oka, Anambra, thank you, Teresa. Thank you for joining us. Yes, data is life. So I was trying to explain that earlier. The data is life sounds like one of the mantras of a brand, an internet service provider brand, Airtel, of course, right? So I was trying to explain that there's a difference between the data, internet data, and the data we're talking about. The one we're talking about is actually information, right? The dates, the names, telephone numbers, emails, and the rest of them. So that is the data we're talking about. Details, information, right? The data you gather. Well, the one for the internet is the data is live, right? And different brands, different people understand it differently. So I was just trying to draw a line between the one we are talking about so that you won't confuse yourself, right? The one we are talking about and the one that almost everybody understands. The one we are talking about today is information, right, Teresa? I hope you got that. And I hope Anambra is fine this morning. Oka is fine. Okay, Jolene is joining us from Cape Town. Someone said that Cape Town was very cold, freezing and wet. No, Sifu. I hope the side you are is not that cold. So thank you for joining us. So have you ever used data to get insights about anything personal or about your business? Have you used data before to get insights about anything personal or about your business? Please share with us in the chats. So if you have, say yes. And if you have not, just let us know too. Yes, information is live too. Yes, that's very correct. Thank you, Teresa. Please share with us in the chats if you've used data for information. Maybe you've been running ads, you've been using Facebook, you wanted to know the kind of audience you have, and yes, you went to your data and insights part to be able to gather information, or you run Google Ads, you went there to gather information about how your ads has been performing, or you've been checking your WhatsApp to know how many people reacted to a post and all of that. All of those form the basis of what we're trying to explain, right? So share with us if you've been privileged to do that before, and we would love to see it in the chats. So let's go on while waiting for your replies and talk about the importance of data for your business. So data actually can harness your data to make decisions about finding new customers, increasing your customer retention, improving customer service, and better managing your marketing efforts. And then you can also use it to track social media interactions, and then you can predict sales trends. So let's talk about the first one, finding new customers. Data is very, very useful for finding new customers. So using a lot of data tools and sources, business owners can always find out where to focus their customer acquisition strategy. So you can leverage tools like the Google Trends, Google Analytics, and that will help you to get new customers, right? Because people get to interact with those platforms. They're using the Google Analytics. They're going to be seeing where customers are coming from and where you should pay more attention to. If people are coming to you through direct searches more than your paid search, that just suggests to you that your organic program, your organic engagement, your organic interactions on your website is actually doing a lot. So you should pay more attention to your search engine optimization, the content without the need to pay more money. And you can get some other information about maybe the kind of devices they are using that can actually suggest to your programmer, your developer, where they should focus, how they should, the tools they should tweak well to work very well, because that is where you're having more of your customers. You know, you can also check if you're having more females than male interacting with your platform. And that can suggest to you where you should focus your attention on with your content. And then you can also get to increase your customer retention. So having insight about your customer preferences and demand to surely increase customer loyalty and retention, because you get to organize what you gather, get to evaluate, get to personalize, and there's growth eventually, because you get to understand how these guys are coming and how you can retain them, which is almost one of the most important features of marketing. You don't just get customers, you should be able to know how to retain those customers. Those customers get new ones. Not they come today, and they're running away already because maybe your services or your treatments, mostly with customer care services, are not good enough. So they go away because you're not treating them well. And also another advantage of data, you get to improve your customer service because you analyze their complaints, you analyze their feedbacks, their ratings, their recommendations, because you want to better improve your services, right? So getting feedback is very, very key for those of you that want a Google Business platform, Google Business profile, or maybe you pay attention to your Facebook and all those other platforms. It's very, very important that you gather feedback from what people are saying about you and about your brand, right? With all those data information, now you can begin to make adjustments. Let's say you're having a cake brand and people are complaining about your cake being too sugary. You reduce it, or you make different recipes. The normal sugared one, the no sugar with just baby flavor, and the one in the middle. So people would have different options, right? So you have a lot of choices to make. If people are giving you those feedback, so you get to improve your customer service as well, and then you get to better manage your marketing efforts. So knowledge of your markets and audience based on data and insight will drive better informed marketing decisions. You better manage your efforts because you understand what your market is, you understand your audience is, because you've been able to see some information based on the data that you're gathering, right? You're not just taking random shots just out of your head. You're taking shots based on the fact that you've seen the caliber of people that are actually interacting with you. You're making decisions based on the fact that you know who is going to see the information you're sending out there. If your information is resonating with the younger generation the more, then you should pay more attention to the kind of content you're crafting out for the younger generation and not focus so much on the older ones. All right. So all of this will help you. Data is going to help you to understand all of this, and then you can also get to track social media interactions. You can check the likes, the comments, the subscribes, the shares, the engagements, the reactions, and all of that. Data will also help you to understand that when we talk about the social media platforms, and then you can also get to predict your sales. You can predict your sales trends, and then you can understand what is happening. We are using tools like the Google Trends, on trends.google.com. You can get to find out what keyword is trending per time. Which particular keyword is trending. So that maybe if you want to add content, you want to make content, you can always make content with what is trending, right? If you are the type of a business that is used to Twitter, right? You can always go to Twitter and find a topic or a hashtag that is trending. You use that hashtag to make content, or use a particular keyword that is trending on Twitter to add to your content while you're writing it. That also places you on the edge when people are trying to search for things around the time that that keyword is actually trending. So you need to understand how these things work. And that is what data actually helps you to do, to be able to predict sales trend, not just for something that is happening spontaneously, be able to predict, okay, within this period we're having, some time ago was the Valentine period. You should know that some products will sell more during Valentine. A little shortly after that was the Lent Easter period, right? And then Easter things will sell. Shortly after that was the Salah period, the Muslim Salah. Salah things will sell. Very soon we are going to be having the summer by August, right? Travels, trips, hospitality business is going to be what is going to be booming. Then the holidays, the Christmas holidays will come. Trips, holidays, and all of those kind of things are what normally trends during those seasons, and Christmas trees and the rest. You can't be selling Christmas trees in August. You're not going to sell Christmas trees during Valentine and Christmas stuff, right? So you want to wait to when all the seasons, and this is what data is going to help you to understand what is actually trending, so that if you are the type that wants to jump in here make money when the season is on, jump in. When the season is not on, you're out. When the season is on, you come back. You know. So data is all this is one of those tools, one of those features that's going to be helping you to know what is trending, what you're supposed to jump into, and what is not trending. Okay, so I'm gonna take the first pause to answer your questions. If you have any questions for me, please drop it in the chat. Any questions? And please, if you have any questions, Sandra is in the chat also, so that she can answer your questions, all your questions actually. And so I'm back here to see if you have any questions, so that we can pick it up while we move on. Any questions so far? Please let me know if you have any questions. Jacinta, Teresa, and the rest of the team. Nosifo, Jolene. Okay. Please ask questions. Anybody? Okay, so if a question crosses your mind along the line, please don't hold back, right? Just straight into the chats. I'll be having my eyes on the chats, and Sandra is also there in the chat to answer your questions, your queries, your comments, and whatever it is, concerns you have. All right. Hello, Rebecca. I should throw more light on data. Okay. So yeah, maybe you didn't come early enough. We started by defining what data and insight is. So we said data is information. We're not talking about internet data in this case, right? The data is the data we're talking about here is information. Whose names, number of cells, the weights, you know, just name them. Just name them. Weights, sales, whatever it is, information that you gather from people, emails, phone numbers, that becomes data. So insight, on the other hand, is more like you did this, you did A, and you had the result of B. Insights are those details that you gather extra from the data. Okay, so we've just spoken about what data and insights can help you do, improving your sales, knowing your customers, social media thing where you get to track the likes, comments, and the rest of them, right? You can track the shares also from social media, you can overhaul your strategies because you understand where people are coming from, right? With tools like this, that Google Analytics can get to know who are the people that are coming to you, where are they coming to you from, what are you supposed to do with them when they come to you. So all of those will expose to you what advantages data plays in your part. So for instance, if you own a Facebook page, we're going to be talking about that shortly. If you own a Facebook page, what you're going to be looking out for is going to be the insight parts, which actually explains to you where people are coming from, the kind of people that are coming to you. Are they male? Are they female? What age are they? Right? So you get to find which country, which city are they based in. So all of that will suggest to you, okay, where you should narrow down your attention to. We are having more engagement from people in Cape Town than people in Johannesburg. That means possibly people in Johannesburg may not like your product. So let's say you want to run ads, you should focus on people in Cape Town because you're having more engagement from people from Cape Town more than people from Johannesburg. I hope that made sense, Rebecca. You do get something out of it? Yeah, so data is actually just like Brand to say, data is life. So data is not just life because you're using it to browse, it's life because you're using the information to actually stay alive in business. All right? Okay. Insights, data, and market research. Yeah, it's more like the same thing, right? Not the same thing as the market research. The insight data is the information that you gather from all those your platforms to be able to use it to make informed marketing decisions. On the other hand, now the market research is a part where you get to understand your markets, right? You use the data you get to understand your market, to understand, okay, let's say in this case, you want to study your audience. how do you know the kind of people that are actually interacting with you? So let's say you are let's say you are in the real estate, right? You're in the real estate, you are not expecting a student to be your audience. Let's say a secondary school or university student that actually owns a phone. I'm not expecting those guys to be your audience. And if they're interacting with your posts, they're just interacting, obviously. You're looking out for people that are actually interacting, that actually have the money to buy your properties, right? So what data is going to help you to filter out is, okay, I'm seeing that I'm having more male than female. I'm seeing that the male I'm having are between 15 to 25. That should raise your concern as a real estate person, because in most societies, 15 to 25 may not have, 18 to 25 may not have so much money to purchase properties, right? So what you need to do then is maybe to begin to tweak your content and then make it, you want to run ads, you're focusing on people maybe from 28 upward, the people that you believe can have the funds to pay for your properties. So if I'm not using real estate, I'm using products like maybe someone is selling male suits unique to a particular gender, or maybe you're selling lingeries unique to a particular gender. If you are seeing more men interact with your profile, it means you're having the wrong audience come to you. And that is going to, all of that is going to be exposed to you from the inside section. The data you get from the inside section, you're going to see the male, what age of male are interacting with your program, what age of male, what platforms actually are they coming from. That's if you are using analytics, you know the platforms are coming from, right? And it's more, are more male than female interacting with you. If more male are interacting with you, that should raise your eyebrow also, because you don't want to sell lingeries to the male folks, right? You want to sell it to the female folks. So all of that will help you to understand if you are doing research on your audience. So market research is just a piece of maybe making research on your audience as well. You can make research about your products, about your services, and about how people interact with your platform, with your products, and those your services. Did that make sense, Jacinta? Thank you for asking. Okay, so if you want some more explanation, or maybe there's a part you don't understand better, please ask again. I'm still here. All right? Okay, so let's go on so that we can keep the time. Let's go to the second part, steps to use when using data and insights to grow your brand. The first thing you need to understand is that you're going to need to understand the right questions to ask, and then you're going to identify the best tools to use. Then you're going to visualize and analyze those data. So let's talk about the first part, understanding the right questions, understanding the right questions to ask. So what questions, if I may ask, what questions do you ask about your targets audience? What questions do you ask about your customers? What do you want to find out? For instance, what question you just asked now about market research. What do you want to find out about a typical audience of yours? What do you want to know? What do you want to know? Do you want to know that male? Do you want to know that female? Do you want to know how they enjoy your products and how they enjoy your services? What are you trying to find out about your audience? What questions, what details as a business based on whichever industry you belong, right? What would you want to find out about your customers, about your audience? So answer me in the chats. What do you want to find out? What do you want to know about who your target audience is, your target customers? What do you want to know about them? And now there are a couple of steps to analyzing your business data. Now the first of them is for you to know what's your objectives are. What your objectives are. Now the second part is what questions do you need to address and where do you want to get all that information from? The third step, and what do you do with all that information when you get them? Take it again. What are your business objectives? What questions do you want to address? Where do you want to get the information from? And what do you do with the information when you get them? So let's look at what Let's look at the first one. What's your business objectives are? So you want to know what your business objectives are, you know, or you should tell more people about your business, could be one of them, or you want to sell more of your products and your services, or you want to identify the most valuable customers that you have, or maybe you want to find new ways to engage with previous customers. Ultimately, every business wants to drive more sales and make more money, right? So you want to find out any of those options. What actually is what you want to achieve? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Right? So what is your business? What is your objectives? What do you want to achieve first? That's the first step. What do you want to achieve? That becomes part of your business objectives. And now we are going to be looking at the relevant questions for you to ask about your business. Now there's a structure here called the RAIN structure. REAN, where the R there means the reach. The reach. Who is your target audience and how do I reach these guys online? Who is your target audience? How do you reach them online? You need to understand who you're actually crafting your message for. You need to answer those questions, the W questions, the who's, the what's, the when's, the why's, the where, how's, right? So you need to answer all those questions before you even jump into business. Why are you doing what you're doing? Right? That'll be part of your business objectives. Why are you doing what you're doing now? Who is your target audience in this case? Who are you crafting your message for? Who are you building your product for? Who are you building your services for? And when you know those guys, how do you want to reach them online? Which platforms do they use? Where do you get to find them? They can't be everywhere, right? They can't be on social media, be on Google search. There must be a particular place where they are. Possibly they're just one of those guys that jump on Google to search, or that the guys on Instagram, or maybe Instagram and Facebook, maybe Instagram and TikTok, maybe two or three of those platforms. So you need to know where they are, you need to know who they are, you need to know where to find them, right? Online. Very, very important. And then the E, which would mean the engage, are they finding what they need when they find you? So when you show up in front of them, do you have the contents that they want? Do you have the contents they've been searching for? So you want to be able to provide them with the content they've been searching for when you show up in front of them. So are they finding what they need when they found you? When they found those contents, are they taking the actions? Are they engaging? Are they clicking? Are they, are they paying? Are they paying for the products? Are they paying for the services? Right? So you need to find out if they're actually taking actions, and ultimately, are they coming back? Is a business is as important as the number of returning customers that it has. If you don't have customers that are returning, you may be going down the drain. That's a sad truth, because returning customers are actually the ones that will fuel the interest of the ones that are coming after them. Right? So you want to pay close attention to people that are going to come back. So what do you do to keep them? Nurture them. Maybe by giving them discount sales. Maybe we bring one person, you get a free stuff. We think around things that should nurture these guys to keep them. Maybe free shipping or any of the stuff. Okay. So now we've talked about the objectives and the relevant questions to ask. We want to talk about where do you get all this information from? So you can get information from your social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and all those places are great places where you can find those information. So you can also get information from your customer feedback and your customer surveys, and from online analytics platforms, right? Maybe your Google business profile, maybe your Google Search Console, maybe your Google Analytics. They are all analytics platforms where you can also get information and data from. Okay, so a few examples of all these data sources. We've spoken about social media and where all of that come from. We've spoken about your website as well. You can get data from the website analytics. From the analytics, the Google Analytics that is plugged to your websites, or from organic search. Organic search, let's say you are using the Google Search Console. You can use the Google Search Console also to find out some more details of how people are interacting with your websites. And then you can also gather information from your paid search. Paid search. You're running ads, you can also understand where people are coming from, what age they are, at what time of the hour they're interacting the most with your platform, and all those little details. All of that can come from paid search as well. Now, after the sources, we are going to be looking at what you want to do with all that information. So when you gather the information you've been looking for, what do you want to do with that? Which is the core aim of what we're actually talking about. So you should be able to use the data that you've gathered, the information that you've gathered, to be able to make a lot of changes in what you do. First of them, you want to choose the right visualization techniques. That is what data is going to help you to do, and you get to identify the key metrics and the key performance indicators. You get to identify, okay, we're talking about clicks here, we're talking about shares here, we're talking about engagement, and all those other activities are actually present. There is what is going to be presented to you when you actually own your data, and then you're going to be regularly seeing updates so that you can get to monitor visualizations to reflect mostly the recent data. So you can always filter data that contains a particular information between this period to this period. And if your business operates across different geographic locations, you can always get to also consider visualization data on maps as well. Okay, and now the importance of data itself, you need to, data helps you to track market trends. You get to identify the latest market trends and the latest insights from the data that you've generated. Like I explained, you can know what is selling per season so that you know where to block your attention to. Then you can also get to understand the user experience. You understand how users actually make decisions with your products, with your services, and how they purchase on your platform. So you want to actually know that because you want to know how people are interacting with you. You don't want to just be that blind marketer. You want to be that marketer that actually understands how people are interacting with you so that you can give them what they want. You're actually there for them. So if you're not giving them what they want, they might leave you, go to somebody else. You want to understand the user experiences. Are they enjoying the content on the website? Are they engaging with the content on the website? You need to understand all of that. Then it also affects your marketing, your content marketing. Remember, content is not just the written ones. Content is everything. The written, the graphics they see, the videos they interact with, and all of that forms part of your content, right? So knowing the right content, the right kind of content that your customers are engaging with the most is actually going to help you, right? It's going to help you to know, okay, if I have more reactions on videos more than on written ones, that means I should pay more attention to videos than written ones, right? But in cases where you know that, okay, written content is not going to help you, sorry, video content is not going to help you with search engine optimization. Now you're going to pay more attention to written content when you're dealing with platforms like a website or you have a blog, right? So this one, you're going to be paying more attention to written content because that is what actually works when you're talking about search engine optimization. It plays with keywords, right? And then when you know and understand all these things, you're going to now adapt your overall strategy. You can leverage on all the insights you get to develop your overall business strategy because you want to get more results out of it. Like I explained earlier, you get to find that you have more engagement from your people are interacting with your website from direct searches more than they're interacting with your website from paid search. That actually suggests to you that you have more traffic from your organic campaigns than the ones you are paying for. And that suggests that you should pay more attention to the organic campaigns than the paid ones. Right? So it can help you to understand that. It can help you to understand the caliber of people that are interacting with you and how you should, retune your messages for you to suit them some more. All right. So I'll be pausing for another set of questions. If you have some questions, please throw it into the chat right now. All right. Any questions so far? So far, so good. Okay, so Sandra has been on holidays. Please keep her busy. Keep her busy in the chat if we have questions, comments, or anything. Any questions? All right, so it seems you understand everything I've been saying. Okay, so Rebecca, I'm looking at your question right now. Dealing with audience is great, but after convincing, the delivery becomes problem because of transportation and the finances involved. So can give us some cue on how to go about that too. Okay, so if I understand what you mean by delivery, sounds to me like delivering the product to them. Like delivering the product because of transportation. Yeah, I'm not quite sure if you're Nigerian, Rebecca. Are you Nigerian or you're South African? Please let me know. If you're Nigerian, I understand where you're speaking from, right? I'm not quite sure if other African countries actually enjoying themselves like we Nigerians are, especially with the transportation thing you just mentioned, right? Yeah, so it's a very interesting time, right? And times change, and this has not been the flow. There's really been no steady flow over time. Like I've been here for a while, so I understand what I'm saying. There's this period where everything just will stabilize for a while. There are periods, okay, you're Ghanaian, okay. And there are periods where everything will just be flying high, like what it is happening now, and there are periods where everything will just be, but trust me, people adapt. Like what we always say in our country, Nigerians will always survive. somehow. And our petroleum product shot by more than about 300%. Am I correct? About 200%, close to 300. No, about 300. I'm correct. In almost just a snap of the finger. When petroleum product shoots up, it affects every other thing because the woman in the market is going to want to add the cost of his transport to his products. The bricklayer is going to buy at a higher rates in the markets, and so we want to add extra cost to his charges because he wants to catch up with the expenses that is the current reality of the expenses is running. The person in the market that was selling for $1,000, $1,000 want to sell maybe by maybe just a 20% increase, maybe 1,000 to 1,003, because everything kicked up and it affects every other thing in the market. That's just how it is. All right. So most times, if you are trying to think about delivery, you don't want to carry that burden on yourself as a business. So you want to shift that responsibility to your clients. Or you can, some people, this works sometimes. A product is 5,000 cedis. So you're telling the person, okay, pay 5,500 cedis, no delivery. People will pay for it, trust me. Or pay 6,000 cedis, free delivery. You've already built in the cost of the delivery into the product. It works sometimes, right? Some people want to see no delivery, free delivery, free shipping, something like that. That's what is going to make them to pay for the product because in their mind, they're calculating they're not going to spend extra costs in delivery, not knowing that you, the business person, must have built in the cost of that product alongside the delivery cost. But if you tell them pay 5,000 naira and delivery is 1,000, some people will not pay. In fact, a lot of percentage will not pay. will not pay for it. Just like what happens when all these e-commerce shops are doing clearance sales, or maybe they are doing their um, Black Friday, all those black things they used to do. The product could have been maybe 1,000 CDs, right? And they will just wake up one morning and write 2,000 CDs and cross 2,000 CDs and write it 1,000 CDs. Then they write 100% off. Same price, nothing changed. They only worked on the psyche with the people that are actually seeing it and are trying to pay for it. 2,000 CDs, they'll cross it, right? 100% off. Then they write 1,000 CDs. The 1,000 CDs that was written ever since has not changed, right? So, and all these e-commerce firms have been doing it over the years, and they've been having a lot of results. You see what happens during their black stuff, whatever black they call it. Or they will just do a little, maybe like 5% decrease or 10% decrease in that cost of the product. But somehow they still fix it maybe into the shipping cost or something, so they are not still losing anything. So you need to think around the options of how to move that cost to your audience to pay, or maybe share the cost if it's convenient for you. If you want to have clearance sales and you want to maybe give them a 5% discount, or maybe actually carry the costs, but not to run yourself out of business. Rebecca, did that make sense? And thank you for asking. So let's go to the last part before we call it a day. Let's talk about identifying the best tools to use. Identifying the best tools to use. So I'm going to ask you another question. Have you ever used any tools to get data to gain insights? Have you used any tools to gain insights? And now we spoke about a couple of analytical tools that can actually help you. We spoke about social media. We spoke about the Google Search Console and the Google Business Profile. I spoke about the Google Search Console and the Google Business Profile. We actually represent tools for organic search. The Google Analytics, which represent the tools for your websites, and the pet search, which is the pet search. The tool for the pet search is the Google Ads, which actually exposes every detail about your products or brand and what you've been advertising about. All right, so let's look at the Facebook page insights. The Facebook page insights. So you get to have the insight part of your Facebook page that actually exposes to you all the activities on your business profile, the actions on the page views. You get to find out the page likes, page reach, and page reach, recommendations, and all those other details. Actually, all present on the insights part of your Facebook account, right? Remember, the organic content that you're having on your personal account is not going to give you this much details. On your page is going to be the one that's going to expose all these details, because the page is designed for business. Personal account is just designed for your personal use. You're just going to find the engagements, maybe the likes, the comments, the shares, and the rest of it. You won't find all these much details like you find on your page. And then we have the Google Search Console. Remember, we spoke about the Google Search Console to be the tool, the search engine optimization technical tool, right? It's called technical because if you are a SEO expert and you don't know how to code, you may need this. You may need the help of a developer by your side to be able to understand fully well how the search console works, which exposes to you where you are on the ranking. You can find that on the average position. You can find the total number of clicks. You can find the total number of impressions. You can find the click-through rates. You can find the number of people, number kinds of devices people are using to enter your website. You can find the most searched keywords that is drawing people to your website. All of this will be exposed by the Google Search Console. Is different from the Google Business Profile. Google Search Console is a specialized tool that actually helps Google to crawl your entire website to actually present to you, okay, this works, this doesn't work. Google will giving you suggestions on what you can do to improve your website speed and your website ranking on search. For this particular website you're seeing here, you can see 37.1. That actually shows that that website is on 37.1 if someone is searching with the keyword that is relevant to that industry. So you want your website to be maybe one of the first 5 or first 10 because you want to appear on page 1. And this is one of the tools that will help you. This is a technical SEO tool, the Google Search Console. Now, the Google Business Profile is the local SEO tool, the local one, the one that will put your business on the map. But it does just more than putting your business on the map. You get to be able to receive those calls. You can receive, people can write reviews about you. People can message you directly from search. People can go online to find out if you are working for the day, if you are not working for the day, and all those other activities brought in together. You own a website also. You can write out content. You can make posts just like the way you do on your social media platforms. You can post pictures, videos, you can add logos, and every other thing that the platform permits you to do. Now, this actually strengthens your local SEO strength. It gives your SEO a lot more strength locally. What that means there is the more content you're churning out through these platforms, you're actually making yourself available for people to find you when they're searching for anything like yours. Whether you own a website or not, there's a website that is attached to it where you can actually get to make use of to do more content. But if you are just using the platform like that, even without the websites, and if you are constantly, churning out content, writing mostly, right, you're going to be having a lot of result that is going to strengthen your profile. So the Search Console is the technical one. The Business Profile is a local SEO tool. And then we have the Google Analytics. Remember we spoke about the analytics to be that tool that you plug into your website that's actually going to expose to you the activities from your website. Like I explained earlier, so you can find that more people are coming to you through organic search. Some are coming to you directly, some are coming to you through paid search, some are coming to you through videos, some are coming to you through emails. You can find the exact number of people that are coming to you through those platforms. More like suggesting, okay, I should pay more attention here, I should pay more attention there, and all of that. You can find the caliber of people that are coming, the demographics of people that are coming, their location, their age, their sex, and all of that. You can find where they are coming from, the acquisition now, right? You can find the kind of tools under devices that they are using. You can find what did their coming mean to you? Did they pay for product? Did they pay for the services on the website? All of that is going to be exposed on the analytics. Remember, analytics is just that code that you plug into that website. That's going to give you all that much results. Okay, so I'm going to skip this particular post for questions. You're going to be talking about visualizing and analyzing your data. Now, this is what a typical Google Analytics dashboard will look like. A lot of pie charts, a lot of bar charts, a lot of geomaps, metrics, numbers, tables, and all of that is going to be exposed to you on the Google Analytics dashboard. So it's a very simple process to set up your Google Analytics account. You just need to head over to analytics.google.com. I'm sure Sandra can help me drop that link in the chat. So just head over to analytics.google.com. And what you're going to be doing after that is for you to choose an account name for yourself and select an industry. Very simple process. Now, and you're using your Gmail, of course. You're not going to be using Yahoo Mail to set up an account on a Google platform. So when you finish there, you navigate to where the settings. On the settings, you go to the admin. You're going to be going to track ID. Now, this particular tracking ID is unique to the Google, what's it called now? The Universal Analytics, which is going to be first up by the end of this June. So you want to know also how to copy the tracking ID for the Google Analytics 4, which is going to be the only one that is going to be available after the 30th of this June. And when you plug it into the website, there are just 4 main features that you should pay more attention to when you're talking about analytics. So that is going to be your audience. Who are these guys? How did they find you? The acquisition, where did they find you? Which route did they come from? And what are they doing when they came? What are they doing? Did they bounce off? There are things, there's something called the bounce rate. People just come in and jump in and jump out because maybe your content scared them, or maybe the price of the product scared them. You want to know why people are bouncing off, their behavior, session counts, how long did they stay on the websites. their overall session counts and the session counts pages. The analytics reporting tool captures all their behavior on their platform. And what are they worth to you? Did they pay for the product? Did they pay for the services when they were there? So you want to find out all these details. Want to find out all these details from what the analytics actually presents to you. All right, so I'm just going to take another pause to answer your questions before we jump off. Thank you, Sandra. Okay, so the link for the analytics, the link for the analytics has been shared. Please click on it and set up an account and see how things play out over there on that platform. The attendance is going to be shared. Please remember to fill in your attendance properly with the correct details so that you don't have a certificate with the wrong name. And yes, you need to follow us on social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. All those links will be shared with you in the chats. You should remember to learn some more because you may not be able to grasp everything we are sharing right now. Okay, so remember to go ahead and learn some more. Okay? So you can learn some more from here. Thank you, Sandra. So you can learn some more and follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn to learn some more from here. And what else now? Fill your attendance properly, please, so that you can always get your certificates when they are ready with the right names. Thank you so much. If you don't have any questions for me, I'll beg to take my leave. So if you have any questions, I'm going to give you the next 30 seconds. Ask me something. Ask me something before we go. So your next session is tomorrow by 8:30. Please don't forget. 8:30 in the morning. Please do well to reach out to the rest of the team and let them know that we are meeting again tomorrow on digital marketing strategy. So please be kind enough to make it a date. 8:30 West African time. That is supposed to be 9:30 your time. South Africa, I think, is 1 hour ahead of us. I hope I'm correct. So it's 8:30 West African time tomorrow morning. Yeah, it's a Saturday, but we decided to do that for you guys. So don't miss it, all right? So let us have the people we are going to be talking to show up and show up in good time. All right, so I want you to enjoy your weekend. It's going to be, thank God, it's Friday, So enjoy your weekend and take some breaks. Travel if you need to. Go to space if you need to. Just do something. All right, so thank you so much for your time. Thank you for coming around to learn with us. Have the best of the weekend and have the best